guide and or it's just I guess just what I'm doing in League and the plans for the League. I have yet to sit in standard and park myself in farming session to figure out what exactly I'm farming. However, I have started to do the prophecy farm as I've showed you, along with a little bit of other stuff to kind of keep myself funded on what I need to do. I have currently a friend of mine who is basically being my merch. So at this moment, I've been grinding a lot and just passing him stuff to merch for me. Um, just to kind of, get a 2-for-1 kind of setup just because he likes to do that and I like to grind. He doesn't have as much time, so his time is better spent just, immediately getting the gear he can get with the currency he has. So that being said, we have a kind of a mutually beneficial thing here, but on the side I am getting a little bit of pieces here and there, and I have made a little bit of discoveries about my build and kind of worked on exactly what I need to do. So first things first, I'm going to show you my shabby gear. We have a 5-link soul mantle, a random helm with tri-res and life, curry ward upgraded, which does nothing for the build really. It does have projectile damage, but attack speed doesn't do anything. We are currently using these, but we are going to replace them eventually. Have a belt with just random stats and the Torchoke steps, which give you totem life and totem placement speed, and then we just have this and this. This does not work. The wand, my wand was so bad I just decided to put this on just because it's whatever. And our tree is doing a little better. We have a little bit of our tree more filled out and fleshed out. We have crit spec now, and we have some totem life cluster, not clusters, but totem life jewels, which eventually will be at the end of totem damage clusters once we get to that point. We still have a decent amount of defenses using Wind Dancer plus freedom of movement. We have a respectable 2600 life on an evasion base, and we are definitely taking all of the nodes we can for totem life that we possibly can hit. So, as you guys know, I am doing a Forbidden Rite totem setup with a 5-link Forbidden Rite setup. Most of my gems don't even have quality, but I am currently just turbo progressing through maps. This is a kind of an outlook on what I'm doing. I have 3 of my prophecies already at tier 5, and I even have excess ones in my stash, which are here somewhere, which I have priced for an X, but at this moment it's a little too early in League, but I can post them again in case. There we go. And on top of that, we have a couple of just random prophecies like Val Winds. We have our, this is basically our mapping kind of prophecy tab. We're starting to save a little bit of these now that we have a little bit of a leeway. This is all from prophecy farming. I've been running those, you get 6 maps at the Chamber of Sins prophecy, lost maps, and that's basically where all this excess came from. This is all my non-tier, except for that one has to go over here. Boom. These are mostly my non-tier 1 maps. I'm pretty sure it's all tier 2 and higher now, and I'm going to be running through them to do even more progression through my atlas relatively soon. I have finally gotten to a point where I'm comfortable with my build enough that I don't really need to do a whole lot. Currently I'm saving up the fragments because my friend likes to run the Atziri fight, and he sells the pieces, and not the pieces, but the items from that fight for a decent price, which is helping fund our whole adventure here. The league mechanic, let me go over the league mechanic real quick, and I'll kind of give you guys a kind of a look into what it's about. Hail! If you haven't managed to play League, there are 4 vendors. The first vendor gets you other currency at a discounted price using his specific currency, along with reroll items to reroll the things in those shops. And then, of course, if you don't have a reroll for him, you can just flat out buy it out with regular buyout prices, but these ones are always going to be cheaper, so they're more worth it. If you can get these, I would buy them all out every single time, and then work on buying out, and then work on, if you really need it, going for the rest of them. Then we have the Haggler, which everyone I'm sure knows of by now. Basically, once you have a fresh shop, you get like 2 lines. He's okay. I'll give him a C tier. You can get some decent currency. He's been most of my silver coins this league, aside from a couple of stacks that I bought. Then we have here the Gambler. Now the Gambler can get you any unique in the game pretty much. There have been videos posted on YouTube of people getting headhunters. I have not. I haven't even gotten a tabby. I've gotten 13 different armors of 1,000 ribbons. And I have no luck on it. I did get a carcass check though, so I'm kind of happy that I guess it kind of balanced out. Early league carcass check. And then this guy makes amazing items. I have made so many amazing crafting things. If I were to recommend any one person, I would say invest into him. However, it is completely random. You're not always going to get something GG, but I end up making some really cool items that were really useful for, unfortunately, not me. So I did make these, which are decent. They have a lot of life and a little bit of mana and whatnot. Now, let's go into what else I have planned for the league. I haven't even began to think about the Atlas, because as I said, I'm going to be running maps in Standard and doing some testing and doing some grinding there to kind of get a look into and a kind of feel of exactly what I need done in Standard. This is going to take me a little while. Unfortunately, I do have a big, you know, plate full. I have people who are playing with me, and I am in a guild who is relatively, you know, just really populated, and I have pretty much done my best to, you know, feed them whatever I can. I'm not the leader of this guild, but I am a officer, and I try to be of best help as I can. I provided clusters. Most of these uniques are, you know, just to help out. Then I have more uniques here. This is just all stuff I've self-farmed. I do have deer stalkers for all those trap throwing builds and whatnot, and in case they wanted it. And then these prophecies are all self-farmed. I've donated them. I actually had some dream trial prophecies, but they already got taken up. Obviously, it's early leagues, like day 3, I think. So either way, well, I mean, one page over. Okay. So that being said, yeah, I've been pretty busy. Let me see if my guild wants to say hi to YouTube. And just kind of, you know, slowly moseying along. My chaos count isn't that high. I have a decent amount of currency. This is again day 3 or 4 or something like that. I don't know. I lost track. I've been grinding so much. But I am really comfortable in the spot I am. I already have some really big items on the way, and we have quite a bit of chaos saved up. Not on me, because he's doing the merching, and he's going to be helping me getting my build kind of, you know, to the next point, and I'm really stoked on that. And here's where I'm going to bring in my build. Well, I am using what is widely known right now as the Forbidden Right Totem, and I'm using this for a couple of reasons. I actually played Dark Pact Totem on console when it was bugged, and it was the craziest thing. Now, you can build Dark Pact Totem to do a clear setup being a Hierophant, but this is like doing Dark Pact Totem without being a Hierophant, and here's why. Well, Dark Pact Totem already has insane damage scaling. Or Forbidden Right Totem is already insane damage scaling. If you can't tell, we have 299 to 449 chaos damage flat right there without anything else. Now, if we go to our tooltip is 15,000, which is pretty decent considering we're on a 5 link with really bad gear. And once we get even better gear, that's just going to go up exponentially. Another thing I will mention is that I am a Deadeye. And being a Deadeye, I get 2 free projectiles. Now I do have to take a note here which says skills chain. Unfortunately, I don't think this works. It doesn't feel like it works, but I do get the projectile damage and the projectile damage here, so that's fine. My options here would be Occupying Force, which would do nothing, or Far Shot, which would again do nothing. So what I decided to opt for was just take the path of least resistance and just go for that in case. It does say, if I go over here, it does say projectiles chain 1 time, so I don't know if they actually do or not. Now I will say there is a there's a pretty big reason why I'm doing this, and we can kind of throw in a map to show you. Obviously I'm still on the lower tiers. We're just gonna throw in a iceberg map here and kind of show you exactly why I like this build. I have turned on my volume, if you can't tell, because this is actually one of the less lag intensive builds I've played, ice shot being one of the most. So ice shot, if you've ever played on console, you know that it'll cut your sound out and cut everyone else's sound out that's in the same map with you. So just a heads up there. So I got used to playing without any volume on. Also, there's gonna be a talking, and I know there was people that were mentioning that you can't hear my commentary over the talking, so we'll just kind of get over real quick. Ooh, look, we got a prophecy that popped, so let's see what we have. So as you see, I need to fix my mana situation. Now this is only a tier 2, but I have tested this. Looks like I got another prophecy pop. Alright. Cool. Now let's see. We have immune to physical, that's fine. We're just gonna kind of skate through this. If I min-max it, cool. If not, I doubt it. Alright, I can't get both of those, so instead we're gonna try and get all these. No? Yeah? Close enough. And we want all these. Excuse me, our controller's veering a bit. Immune to chaos damage we don't want, so we're gonna go around that. Immune to fire damage is fine. And as you know, these guys have a little bit of health on them, so you do have to be a little bit careful. Oh, we got an expedition logbook, that's cool. I will say, for the most part, my goal for this league is to be into the league mechanic, to kind of have fun with it. I am enjoying the league mechanic a lot. This is the first time I've actually enjoyed the league mechanic as much as I have. Aside from Blight, but Blight on console, I don't know about PC, but console was quite buggy. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Alright, what do we have? Alright. So as you saw, we just basically put some totems down and watch everything die, and that's pretty much the playstyle. This is going to be through and through. Now I will say that this is, even though this is a very relatively safe playstyle, you are not infallible. Obviously is a bit of an issue with the targeting. The damage is there, but the targeting feels like it just needs a little tweaking. So once I get my tweaks filled out, it'll feel a lot better. Now there are a couple of things I can do to, kind of help mitigate that, but I don't have the currency or it doesn't exist yet. Being only day 3, I don't think it exists. The first thing I can do is I can get the Totem Jewel, which on console has inflated to about 2 exalts. The Totem Jewel being the one that gives you 2 extra projectiles. I got a first snow, huh? Okay. So, what is that first? That's not first snow. Frozen Trail, okay. The second thing, which I thought was a better idea, was running a Dying Sun. And the Dying Sun is probably going to be my my choice there, and a couple reasons. The first and big reason is that I really want to get those projectiles without a damage loss, so that is my goal. Alright, looks like we killed the Beyond boss. There we go, everything's dead. As you see, this is literally our playstyle now. Just kind of casually mow everything down. And once I get to the map boss, you can kind of see. Now, the way this build works is that the more projectiles you have innately, the more single target you have. Because the way it's worded, you only get extra projectiles when it's near other enemies. The extra projectiles will start spawning. But in bosses, there's a lot of times where you are fighting bosses that are quite literally just by themselves. So, you know, those extra projectiles don't come out. Now, the way this skill works is it shoots these extra projectiles in a kind of a ring around you. There are build guides videos on how this works exactly. Can't tell, not a right. It's like if you see, they shoot like boom, 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 all in one little area like that. And the more you have, the more in areas they have. Now, the Goldilocks zone to hit would be 5 projectiles additional. On top of the additional projectiles they give, will give you 1 insane clear, and 2, it'll feel like that on bossing. Again, this is a tier 2 map. Don't you know, don't expect the world from a tier 2 map. That's just what it is. Now I am going to take this into a higher tier maps eventually, once I, you know, get my progress up that far. But that'll come when it comes. As of now, we are sitting pretty. We're almost level 80, and we're doing a lot to push towards our goal of just kind of enjoying the league. We're level 79 at 41%. I didn't die a lot, but I did die a bit. Let me see. Being a Deadeye, I can go, let me see, trade, dash deaths. Boom. 94 times. Now, I know this is a lot, and I can attest that at least 20 of these were because console is having freezing issues, where it's literally freezing you up, and you are either crashed and having to close app, or you are just SOL and come back dead. It happens, you know. It's something you have to deal with. It is what it is. But the rest of them are all my fault. I'm pretty, you know, a reckless player, and getting used to a new playstyle was just a learning experience in itself. As you saw, there wasn't really a time in that map where I had any issues. Being a tier 2 map, obviously, it shouldn't have any issues, but I don't have really anything capped right now. I have my fire and my lightning with no cold res capped. I haven't worked on my chaos res at all, and I'm still missing a lot. And eventually, once I'm done here, I will be fully curse immune, or curse immune, and be able to just get the full benefit of this, but I need a unique helm for that. So we're a long ways to go. This is going to be a work in progress, and I'm going to work on it as we go, along with crafting a wand. I'm thinking I might use a unique shield, but I might just craft a shield for more damage. We'll see. But as of now, we are really enjoying the build, and I would definitely recommend this build to anyone who has the funds to and or wants to play something, you know, brand new / cool. If you enjoy this video or any of the content I have posted, please feel free to, you know, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any questions about anything I'm doing in League or how I'm going to be farming currency, I can't really answer them just yet. I will be farming in Standard and then showing the farm results in Standard like I usually do. And I will basically give you guys a, you know, what for on exactly how you're going to go about building what you need to build. Without further ado, this has been Chaos-Reighn. As always, everyone take it easy. You guys have a good one, and if you have, if you like this content, please feel free to share it. And I am back and able to start posting more commonly, or more, you know, frequently, now that I have a more comfortable state into this thing. Oh look, that's interesting. Well, you guys have a good one, alright?